Journey mapping is used to visualize the entire experience a person has with a service or organization over a period of time. It is a helpful tool to understand the steps a person takes when they engage with your service and how they feel at different points. This can reveal insights and opportunities for improvement to your organization, service, or experience. It also allows you to build an engaging story based on their experience. Journey maps show services and experiences visually from the user's point of view. Journey mapping can be used at two stages in the design process. It can be used in the discover phase of the design process as it highlights weaknesses in current services and areas where opportunities exist for improvement. It can also be used in the develop phase to think through how an idea for a new service or way of doing things might work. Text and visuals are used to map out the user's experience over time in terms of the things they do, who and what they interact with, and their level of satisfaction over time. It creates empathy with different types of people, creating better understanding of the impact of services upon them. It really helps us to focus in, to help us to think about users in a holistic way, rather than their interactions at only one point in the service. Journey mapping provides a physical focus for a collaborative approach to design. It helps bring different professional perspectives together. It can also provide an open and accessible means for users to be involved in the design process, helping to identify problems and suggest improvements. Interviewing users using a journey map gives a clear and transparent structure for mapping their experience. Journey maps can vary in detail and complexity. As a rule, the steps a person takes can be broken down simply into some key stages, in this case, aware, join, use and leave. Let's look at one real example of Amrit, an Indian student studying in the UK who is trying to open a UK bank account. He arrives at the airport after his flight from India. He is aware that he needs a UK bank account to get a flat, pay for utilities, get a phone, pay his university fees and everything else. As he arrives at the airport, he sees a billboard advert from a bank saying, "We're with you all the way." So, on arrival in his new home city, Amrit visits the bank, but he can't join at the bank itself. He's told he needs to fill in the forms online. Quite tricky when you have no access to money and thus no internet provider. Over the next 2 weeks, he makes 6 phone calls, sends 3 emails, and makes 2 visits to the bank. Still no card, and understandably somewhat angry. He becomes so frustrated that he gives up and opens an account with another bank, telling all of his friends on Facebook what a bad experience he had. Not good publicity for the bank. A fellow student from India on the same flight has a very different experience. She has the same awareness of the need to set up a bank account. She enters the high street branch of a different bank to the one Amrit tried to sign up with. They welcomed her and helped her fill out the form. 3 days later, her card arrived. Her Facebook friends were told a very different story. When we map out Amrit's experience, we're able to see quickly where the pain points were and where his experience started to unravel. A journey map gives a slightly higher level of fidelity to this. We break the experience down into the different time-based stages of the journey, and we focus on 3 elements. Channels refers to the means of communication being used. In his case, it was a billboard advert, but it could have been a letter, phone call, website, or face-to-face interaction. Context refers to what's going on, what is the person trying to do, and what's happening. Finally, satisfaction. How do they feel? In many cases, this level of detail is all we need to analyse or redesign a service or experience. But sometimes we need a higher level of fidelity. This example shows the experience of planning and booking a cross-European train journey. It shows where things connect well together, but also where people find it difficult to get help when they need it. In the book This is Service Design Doing, Hazel White of Open Change provides an expert tip on the use of journey maps. Journey maps are the most flexible tool we use with clients. We use them in 3 ways. 1, to visually and transparently gather user stories when interviewing. 2, to understand how existing services work and uncover pain points and opportunities for improvement. And 3, to envision future services. In short, journey mapping is an essential technique for the service designer.